Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about episode 10, already 10, of Island. Right off the bat, the halfway checkpoint results of the global votes are revealed. We see that Sunwoo has secured first place. He's still in first place. Second place we see Heesung, and third place we see Sungwon, which are kind of the rankings that I predicted last week. Shocking thing, K and J basically don't make the top 7. Like, this does not make sense to me. I don't know if people aren't really thinking about Jay, but last week he worked so hard and I thought he really deserved to be, you know, top 7. So for him to be 11th place was like, what? Why? Like, come on. Gotta show Jay some love. Why doesn't the world love Jay? I don't know. But anyways, this is just a halfway review, so I was a little shocked. This week's challenge was the concept challenge. Before we dive into that challenge, let's talk about what happened right before. The groups were chosen for something called a Seoul mission, which is like a mini mission, a small mission. And that's when 17 appeared on the show. It was a different atmosphere compared to when BTS appeared on the show because obviously, first of all, BTS couldn't see the Islanders in person. But 17 just seemed like they came to have fun. And it just seemed like friends visiting versus like mentors like BTS. So the groups are split between 예쁘다 team versus hit team. So 예쁘다 is more cute, fun song, and hit is like sexy, intense. These groups were pre-chosen, like picked before, and the members got into the team that they were assigned to, and I think the show did a really good job in assigning the right members for each song. One person who was in the 예쁘다 team was Sunghoon. He really had a hard time trying to bring out like the cuteness out of him. But I don't know, like I thought he has that face that matches like a cute song, but he really struggled and I thought that was really cute. Obviously, Sunwoo and Taki were also in the 예쁘다 team. Perfect for that cute, bright concept. So I think they killed it. 17 seemed especially impressed by Sunwoo and Taki. It was a short but sweet mission, and Sunwoo was kind of like 17's favorite pick. So he had the advantage to choose his members and the song, just like we saw in last week's challenge, for the concept challenge. We saw that Jay placed last in the halfway point review, and one thing I just love about Jay is that he really, like, you know, up until now we've only seen like his hard exterior, and now we all know that he's a softie, and I think this week really highlighted his just good heart, you know. It could have been so easy for anyone to like kind of give up and just like mope about being 11th place. Literally, even though he's in a place where he could be going home in just a few days, he still has a strong mentality of, I'm gonna do my best, and even if I have to go home, I don't want to regret anything. He was really convinced that he might be going home, so he wrote letters to his members, and it was a really touching moment because these boys have gone through a lot together now. It's been like more than 10 weeks, so they've really gotten to know each other. So when we see that Jay is like pouring his heart out in each letter to his members, that's so sweet. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that all these members know how much I appreciate them. Also in this week's episode, I think the show did a really good job in showing the members the appreciation of the fans. Fans all over the world got to send the Islanders kind of like a video message encouraging them and helping the Islanders gain confidence. And I think it was really thoughtful that the show like made these like individual notebooks filled with fan letters to each of the Islanders. I just love this part of the show because we saw the members kind of like take in their fame, like really understand how loved they are by the world. We got to see their personalities off stage just being a group of normal guys. More than the mission this week, I feel like the show focused on the relationships that these boys built together. At this point, with all 11 guys, it's hard to say goodbye. We're all invested in these boys. Like, no matter who falls, it's just gonna be sad. So anyways, back to the concept challenge. Sunwoo, who won the mini challenge from 17, chooses his song. It is between Chamber 5, which is like a cute little song where they use like pillows as props and they can act all cute, versus Flame On, which is more sexy and intense and like, you know, BTS 불타오르는 vibes. Sunwoo obviously chooses Chamber 5 because he is the leader of just naturally looking cute and bright and bubbly. And the members he chooses are kind of surprising. He chooses Taki, Jungwon, Jake, and Heesung. Heesung has always done like a sexy concept up until now, so I'm really excited to see a different side of him this time. The Flame On team became automatically Daniel, Hanbin, Nikki, Sungwoon, Jae, K. Already in Flame On, we see a lot of change within K. Last week there was a little bit of drama, but this week we see, you know, K puts himself last and really thinks about the team first. He passes the leadership role onto Sungwoon, who's actually never been a leader before. And you can tell that K has really been reflecting on his selfishness. He even gives up his #1 spot. He's like, you know, I don't want to be #1 this time. Like, Hanbin, how about you do it? And then eventually the group's like, nah, dude, you are #1. You gotta take that. He's like, okay, fine. Like, he gives the group time to share their opinions. So I was really proud of that. Jay practices on the side to just prepare for the worst, just in case he doesn't get to perform if he ranks 11. But he still does his best, and it's just like, no, Jay, you deserve to perform. So before they get to perform the dances, we see the final vote reveal for the week. And surprisingly, Jay places 3rd place. It was a bit surprising because I thought that Sungwoon would place 3rd, just like he did during the halfway point, but Jay takes 3rd place. And I was just so happy because obviously I know Sungwoon's gonna be safe. He's fine. He might have ranked a little bit lower, but Jay worked really hard from going to, you know, 11th to 3rd place. So I think he's finally getting the attention that he deserves. Another rank that surprised me was Hanbin #4. The show obviously favors certain members like Heesung, Sungwoon, but I feel like Hanbin has not really gotten screen time, and it's really sad because I know he's a really sweet guy and he's really talented. The fans abroad really recognize his talent, so he is on a roll. He is ranking high, and I have a feeling that he will debut in the final group. Sunghoon, who placed 3rd, moves down to 5th, but you know, he's still in top 7, so he's safe. Then we see, unfortunately, Taki placing 11th. He did rank 11th last week, so I wasn't surprised to see him go home. So we won't be seeing him in next week's performance. I'm interested in seeing how their group will have to adjust without him, you know, because they practiced with him there. And Taki was in Chamber 5. So that's it for this week. Not too much drama. I feel like, you know, these guys know each other well enough to not fight too much. It's really about the performances now, and we're getting really close to the top 7. Just a quick review of the current surviving members. There are 10. Sunwoo, Heesung, Jae, K, Hanbin, Nikki, Sunghoon, Daniel, Jake, Yang Jungwon. I will say next week I have a feeling Daniel will be going home because he did rank 10th place. I think at one point he was like #2, right? Like after Sunwoo, but he has just kind of been falling. And also, I did not know that Daniel was younger than Taki. So when Daniel was like calling Taki young, I was a little shocked. So Daniel is the baby. He's like 15 years old. So, you know, he's young. He can afford some failures here and there. He will have lots of time. He has plenty of time. Yeah, it's hard to tell at this point who will debut just because there are fan favorites that I don't quite like agree with. Oh man, I didn't think Sunwoo would place 1 like this week after week. So I am impressed. I didn't think Hanbin would make it, but it looks like he's a fan favorite. I don't know, I do feel a little nervous about Nikki, and I really like Nikki. I think he deserves to be in the team. But, you know, there is K, who I think is more, he's like more favored over Nikki, right? And I think their characters are similar. They're both Japanese dancers who are very, very skilled. So it might be without Nikki, Daniel, and I'm gonna say Jake. I don't know, I want a little bit of drama. You know, this week was a little sappy. It tugged on my heartstrings because of, you know, the emotions of the boys and they get to see their fans. That's it for today, but I will see you guys next week. As always, leave some comments below on, let's talk about who you think will debut. As always, I will see you guys next week. Bye.